Welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. My name is November Lima, and we are going back to some old-fashioned Gruul Smash. So this is the Gruul list that I built, trying to acclimate to some of the things I've seen on the ladder, and we're going to take it for a spin. So what did I do here? I've got 4 Fervent Champions. I prefer this over Pelt Collector because it is a haster with First Strike. Plus, if you have a couple of these on the board, they bump each other. So from that standpoint, I feel like I typically do more damage with a Fervent Champion than I do with a Pelt Collector before Pelt Collector gets removed. 2 Shadowspears. I really like this addition to this deck because it gives Trample and Lifelink. Plus, it's basically free for Fervent Champion, so I get it on the field for 1, equip it for free, so my Fervent Champion is now a 2/2 First Striker with haste that gives me 2 life and a Death Ramp. So I really like Shadowspear in this deck. 4 Robbers of the Ridge, again a really good 2-drop. 4 Zhur-Taa Goblins, also just can be good as a 2/2 haste or get a 3/3 body on the board. 2 Scorching Dragonfires to help with some removal. 2 Bonecrusher Giants, again a little bit of removal or a 4/3 body on the board. I don't like to run 4 because it gets a little clunky at times. 2 Phoenix of Ash, again to have that haste in the air. It can also get bigger, it can come back from the graveyard. It's relevant against control. 4 Gruul Spellbreakers. It's probably my favorite card in the Gruul deck simply because it's just very straightforward. 3 mana, 3/3, swing them at your face, or it can be a 4/4. Klothys, 1 copy in the main deck. There's a lot of stuff in graveyards that I want to get rid of, like Uros, potential Woe Strider, things like that. But also just to give a little bit of life and ping my opponent or be able to ramp. Just a really good card to have. 1 Flamespill is kind of my experiment card in the deck. I've had it played against me, and I was actually quite impressed by it for 3 mana, being able to deal 4 damage to a creature at instant speed, and then potentially have some damage flow over to my opponent. I think it's interesting. I'm going to try that out. And then 1 Collision Colossus if I just want to get through to my opponent. The +4/+2 can be incredibly relevant. 2 Gemrazers, mutating this onto one of my other things. Mutating this onto a Phoenix of Ash is pretty interesting. But yeah, I think this could be relevant. 4 Questing Beast, because Questing Beast is just an amazing 4-drop and really hard to deal with for a lot of decks. Vigilance, Death Touch, Haste, can be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Overall, just a really, really great card. 3 Embercleaves, because eventually I want to equip this and hit for double. I got run 24 lands, pretty straightforward. I got all the duels. 2 Fabled Passages just to help with some mana fixing, because I do want to have the double reds and the double greens if I need them. And then 2 Castle Embereth if I need to increase my damage a little bit. As for the sideboard, I got 3 red cap melees to take care of some red creatures. I really like this against the red matchup, Gruul matchup, but also against Mayhem Devils. 1 Soul Guide Lantern if I really want to make sure I get rid of a graveyard. 2 Domri's Ambush just for some extra removal. 2 Anax if I run against sweepers. 2 more Bonecrushers in the creature matchup. An additional Gemrazer if I really want to get rid of that Wilderness Reclamation. And 4 Shifting Ceratops in case I play against blue. So overall, the main thing about this deck and what you see in the main deck is almost everything here is a haster. And that's what I really like how I like to play my Gruul. Now, Gemrazer and Bonecrusher both don't have haste. That's why it's only 2 of each, because they're kind of situational. Now, Gemrazer can be mutated onto something, and it's typically how you'll use it. So that's why I'm not that worried about that. That's why I only run 2 Bonecrushers, though, because it's not a haster. So, let's take it to the ladder, see how it does. I haven't played this version in a while. I used to play a similar version in Ikoria, where it was all hasters, and with Shadowspear. Shadowspear is just really good. I think it's underrated in aggro decks. Alrighty. I would love to play first. And I'm actually really cool with this hand. I'll probably drop Fabled Passage on turn 2. Playing against Paladin, and he has a Johnny as avatar. That doesn't play white. I don't know what does. There we go. It's going to be obvious what we're doing. We are swinging Fervent Champion at a Johnny's face. And let's see what land draws. Well, not a white one. Now, it could still be banned. A little sad that I don't get to bring out the Zhur-Taa Goblin, but that's okay. Next turn, I'm going to have Gruul Spellbreaker come out, probably. I'm not going to give away that that's green yet, even though he probably knows. So are you Bant or Wilderness or Reclamation? Bant and Reclamation are obviously the most played decks now. We still don't know. Didn't chalk it in for Growth Spiral, though. That's interesting. I will take a Forest. Okay. I think I'm just going to swing this to his face. Get 4 damage to him. Yeah, let's haste. I don't think it really matters. I mean, yes, 4 avoids Scorching Dragonfire, but Stormwrath kills it anyway. There's the white. And the fairy. Okay. See, I had it right. Paladin with a Johnny runs white. That's fine. I think I'm going to send him out again. Haste. Fervent Champion will slay Teferi while Gruul Spellbreaker hits a Johnny in the face one more time. Alright. I would love to draw a little bit more land to give me some more options here. Another land and I'll be able to Embercleave. Probably going to bounce Gruul Spellbreaker again, but that's fine. That's still going to be 3 damage to his face. No land. That's really unfortunate. Go ahead and do that again. We're just going to keep doing this. If he wants to keep bouncing my Gruul Spellbreaker, and I send Fervent Champion, I think that is why I like Hasters, because of Teferi. Teferi has made me want to only play hasty aggro. Like, I tried Rakdos aggro, and I know it's good, I just can't play it. I can only play hasty aggro. Well, that's not true. I can, I just... From a motivation standpoint, I really struggle to not play with hasters. It is so frustrating to get a creature on the board only for it to be just killed or bounced or whatnot without being able to swing with it. Nissa's kind of annoying. Why would you not attack? It has vigilance. That's a head scratcher, but okay. That's totally fine. No, I think I'm just going to swing at... Do I swing face? Do I just ignore Nissa? He's down to 8 life. If he blocks my Fervent Champion, he dies. But he should know that. So if I swing face, he's going to have to block Gruul Spellbreaker or he dies. If he blocks Gruul Spellbreaker, Breeding Pool dies. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to risk it. I think I'm just going to Gruul it up, not worry about Nissa, and just send these guys that way. Yeah, that makes sense. And I have to. Alright, cool. Breeding Pool dies. Well, I guess he can Aether Gust. Ah. Boo. That's fine. It's a trade. Still fine. Why did I think about that right after I sent that? That's unfortunate. Only 1 forest left, though, so that's pretty good. Yes, that's green, but I'm mainly interested in this being a forest. By the way, this guy has dropped some money. Look at these lands. Look at that. They are all foily. That is pretty dope. This is foily, too. That's foily, that's foily, that's foily. I mean, this guy has a pretty good looking deck. Interesting. Sacrificing another forest? That makes Nissa really bad if I kill this. Okay, 6/6 is going to be hard to deal with, I'm not going to lie. How do I deal with a 6/6? Collision Colossus. Just need to draw it. How do I do that? What to do. I just get 2 dudes out and go from there. I think I'll just start with that. Start getting some bodies on the board. It's not like he can attack right now, so. Not with the Krasis, at least, unless he has another Krasis. Uro, because why not? Okay, he's almost back to his starting life total, so that's not troublesome at all. You know you're in a bad spot when, after like 6 or 7 turns, your opponent just starts shocking in their lands. Just to cycle a card. There's Uro. Yeah, that's pretty well game over. I don't think I can really deal with that right now. Because I need the Collision Colossus for Krasis, I need Questing Beast for Uro, and I need him to trade, which he won't do. Because that just doesn't make sense. Okay, that was cool. Bonecrusher is pretty bad in this matchup. Phoenix of Ash is actually not that good either against Krasis. Soul Guide Lantern for Uro. I think that's relevant. That is relevant to my interest. I think this is what I'm going to do. See if we can steal one game from Bant Ramp, which is currently the second best deck in the meta. If you want to know why I think so, is because in the PT that happened, top 8 were 6 Teamer Reclamation and 2 Bant Ramp. So the top 8 decks all ran 4 copies of Growth Spiral, 4 copies of Breeding Pool, and all but one deck in the top 8 had 4 copies of Fabled Passage, and one had 3 copies. One had to be the oddball. Tells you how diverse our meta is right now. Not great, but I'll keep. At least I get to scry turn 1. Sure, I like Questing Beast. So I got a turn 2, turn 3, and a potential turn 4. We're gonna do some serious curving out here. I am just gonna go ahead and swing the face because I know he doesn't run Scorching Dragonfire. But I just want to get all the damage in I can. Boop you. Rude. There's the Shifting Ceratops. That is very, very welcome. Haste. Boop. I'm going to bring out Questing Beast first because of the haste. I'd rather have a 5th land for Shifting Ceratops. So I don't want to play Shifting Ceratops only for it to sit there a turn. Potentially get like Elspethed. In my opinion, that's a word. Yep, bounce my Spellbreaker. I really don't care because Questing Beast will eat you up. Go to a Johnny, please. Boom. Num 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 num. I like Questing Beast. He makes me happy. Now land drop here would be super sweet. Okay. Sure. Haste. So he's probably going to do something to Questing Beast here. No, he's cycling. Wow, that's huge. Boop, boop, down to 4. If I have a land next turn, I'll be solid. So there's literally nothing he can put on the board that my Shifting Ceratops can't pounce through if I have a 5th land. What you got, Paladin? You can put a 3/3 Krasis on the board, which I will Scorching Dragonfire happily. Uro, get him up to 7, he still die. What you got? Now he could Uro, get a land out, and Aether Gust my Questing Beast on my turn. He'll survive then. Means he would have to have an Uro, another land, and an Aether Gust. Oh, I know, he already had 5 lands. So if he has Aether Gust, he's actually still in pretty decent shape. I'm really sad I didn't get the land there. I think I am not going the Embercleave plan. I think I just need to go to Robber of the Ridge and the Well, let's do Fervent Champion. See what he does here. Okay. I can still Embercleave. Let's see what he does. Sweet. Okay, cool. Totally cool with that. Put up top, it's sure. Oh no, I don't have double red. Oh, why do I always do that? I'm glad I put him up top then. Oi. Yeah, let's go ahead and get him out. Well, that was silly. For some reason, I thought it didn't matter because I had double red anyway. I messed that up. So what I really should have done is not even play the Fervent Champion, just swing, have him Aether Gust one of my creatures, and then Embercleave the other. Could I have done that? No, because I would have had to be at the attack for it to work anyway. Yeah, there was no way around that. That makes me feel better. Because the cost reduction of Embercleave doesn't happen until I decide who attacks. And he Aether Gusted before my attack selection, I guess. Alright, he doesn't have the answer. Sweet. Do I change anything here? I think I take those two out for Anax. I do think Anax is relevant for... he has to have Shatter the Sky in there. There's no way he wouldn't. So that way all my little 1/1 satyrs can finish the job, maybe. Now you might think, why change your sideboard after having such a powerful win? Because honestly, he just didn't draw his answers. He could have swept me on turn 4, but he didn't. He didn't have the mana, or he didn't have to Shatter the Sky. Either way, he didn't have it. And here I'm going to be a turn behind, technically. And I've got the Shifting Ceratops on turn 5. This has to go back. I like this. I can get down with this. Do I keep Scorching Dragonfire for Uro? No, I'd rather double up on the robbers. Use Scry, I Scry. Klothys. It's relevant to my interests. So if you Uro, I will Klothys. If you don't Uro, I will not Klothys. Okay, got a bit of slow start for my opponent, which is fine by me. I'm shocked. I think this is the first person I've played against that's Bant or Wilderness Reclamation. I got you, Fairy. That is Bant or Teamer that does not play Growth Spiral on turn 2. Oh, you have a Fairy too. All right.
This isn't a fight you can win. Don't worry, I got you.
Okay, good for you. So here I think I just... I think I have to go to Fairy. The only reason that I don't go face here... I got your Growth Spiral too. I'm getting all his cards here, like good ones. Not that I'll use them, but that's okay. The reason that I don't go face, but I actually go for Teferi, is... quite often I'll ignore Planeswalkers if I play aggro. But with Teferi, I don't want to get Shatter the Sky before my... how many cards does he have in a bit? 2. Okay. I don't want to get Shatter the Sky whenever my attack step begins. Man, that is good. Robert the Ridge doing work, or Glass Cat is actually really good because that'll exile the Uro if he's able to cast it for whatever reason. I will play Klothys next turn. I can actually play Klothys and Robber probably. Unless I top deck Embercleave, then I might just go that route. Try to go for the quick win. I like Hasty Gruul, because again, you start out with the Shadowspears, you have plenty of removal for the creature matchups. This deck does really good against creature matchups, and mono green is definitely a thing right now. This deck actually does really good against that. Control struggles with this version of Gruul because they are all hasters. That's hard to deal with for them. That's fine. What you got for 3 mana? Keeping it open? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, so pop this. I probably want another red, 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 green, 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 doesn't matter. Gonna do you for Shifting Ceratops, potentially. Let's go ahead and play another Robber. Yeah, go ahead and play another Robber. They have the 8th August, it seems like. Three cards in bin, so I am going to have to play Klothys. Okay. Let's swing, see what happens. Really? Very surprised by that. I guess they were worried that I would grab the Teferi or something. I'm not going to grab Teferi. He has 9 life. So he needs to get 3 cards in the bin to play Uro. He's not going to have the mana for that. Klothys? Okay. Okie dokie. Fine by me. I'm going to give this haste. Get him down to 1 life. Draw a card, because why not? Okay. We got Questing Beasts for days. Non-creature spell costs 2 more to cast. I don't care. I've got creatures. What you got? Shatter the Sky. Yes. Yes. Fervent Champion for the win. And let's just send Questing Beasts for insurance. Gruul Smash!